I love this level.
2010. A great year for game designer Terry Cavanagh. Not to be confused with Terry Cavanagh, who developed a little indie smash VVVVVV. A game with some history on this channel, since it was the second game I ever did a playthrough of, and the first I did a blind playthrough of. Over the years, I've developed a sort of kinship with the game, and I've revisited it a handful of times, continuously in love with the tight controls and the design choice Cavanagh decided to focus on with this title. The polarity switch concept that is a fun gimmick used to great effect. The game throws players into a well-designed series of levels that bend this mechanic around, keeping it fresh amongst the overworld exploration. And on today's installment of I Love This Level, I'm going to be diving into my favorite of those levels, the neon-clad sequence that is the laboratory. This level stands out in many ways from the other ones in the game from the get-go with its visual aesthetic. While each stage works a neat idea to its visuals, I've always been drawn to the bold colors and dark shapes that are inside the laboratory. It lets the that tie into the level shtick pop out more and gives it such a distinct look. That shtick being that the lines themselves reverse their polarity upon contact, and leads to some great scenarios needing more careful approach, looks neat when executed well, and factors into some of the late game stretches on top of that. I like the way this level flows too. It matches the music that backs this level, which is the absolute best track of the game, and is definitely a factor into why it's my favorite. The laboratory also provides a lot of secrets and challenges for completionists. Each trinket hidden in the level is behind a tricky section that requires you to know how to work around the white line switches with a lot of finesse. One of them even leads to some story events and a new beacon to reach after this level, and my favorite only being found if you really think outside the box and has the nicest neon-clad section and trinket presented on a neatly named pedestal. The other nice touch that really sets this sequence over the edge for me is the end. After finding your crew member, you're taken to a room called the Philadelphia Experiment. Something that, if you know what the Philadelphia Experiment really was, ties into both the level's twist, the game's overall themes of interdimensional travel, and provides a nice endpoint to the sequence, leaving you with a new skill from the platforming and a new point to reach for with the beacon found in the side section. Like I said before, this game has other great sequences like the labyrinth that has you going into one box and finding the right path to get out of it, or the elevator shaft, which really challenges you and has you going as fast as possible, or the VVVVVV section, but the laboratory just stands above all of those, thanks to all of the things that I've laid out in this video, and what really sets it apart is that it does a lot with just a little twist on the game, and it leads to just a lot of nice little challenges that don't feel too encumbersome on the player. And that's going to conclude this episode of I Love This Level. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you're still enjoying this segment. I'm still really toying with the pacing and all that sort of stuff, but I couldn't think of another level to tackle that felt right other than this one, especially given that Star Fox 64 was my first game that I ever played for the channel, and VVVVV was the second. But that's neither here nor there. Thank you either way for watching, if you did watch, and if you've made it this far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you like my music, gaming, and general nerdery content that I bring. I'd also like to thank those that support me on Patreon. Special thanks to the patrons. On screen now are those that are on the Patreon. If you'd like to join their ranks, feel free to join it. It's linked in the description, along with all of my socials. And that's pretty much going to wrap it. Thank you so much again for watching. I am going to get out of here. I've been Viral Rack. You guys have good days, lives, and situations, and I'll see you another day.